What's going on? So in this video, we're going to discuss the 3 biggest failures to avoid when purchasing a single family home. When I purchased my single family home, I made a ton of mistakes. Ton of them. I hired the wrong contractor. I spent way too much money on material. I spent way too much money on labor. I had to do double work inside the apartment, not getting the right paint, or the floors were wrong. Just all types of little things that come up. So this video will help you to avoid these mistakes so you can save time and money. Now, if you've never bought a single family home, this video will help you purchase a single family home. This video will give you a step-by-step process on how to purchase a single family home and to avoid the mistakes that I made. Or if you don't have the money to buy a single family home, this video will also help you to purchase a single family home. Again, I'll give you a step-by-step process on how to do that. This video should get you really excited because in this video, you're going to learn how to purchase a single family home while avoiding these mistakes. This is the purpose of this video. We'll also discuss the type of financing you should receive when purchasing a single family home. Since you're here, you might as well hit the subscribe and like button to get more content just like this. And look, if you stick around to the end, you're going to get the bonus, which will help you to save an extra 15% on every deal that you buy. On every single family that you buy, this strategy will help you 1000%. So let's get to it. Number one, you only want to buy homes that are profitable. I know that sounds like a no-brainer, but there are ways to look for homes that are profitable. You want to buy homes that are 30% below market value, and that's not including construction. Okay, so let's say the market value for a house is $300,000. You really want to purchase a home around $200,000. You know, if you purchase it for $200,000, let's say the house needs about $10,000 worth of work. So therefore, that leaves you with $90,000 worth of profit. This is the type of home you should buy. The second thing with this is that you want to buy homes where the income or from the rent is going to be 100% higher than your mortgage, taxes, and insurance. So if your mortgage, taxes, and insurance is $1,000, you should be at least getting $2,000 from this house, from your rental income. If these two things aren't there, then do not buy the house. Now, there are a lot of real estate people that say you can, as long as you make $200 a month in addition to your mortgage, taxes, and insurance. So be it. You know, that's the choice that you can make. That's the call that you can make. But I like for it to be double, okay? Or at least near double. All right? Like, for instance, in this single family home, my mortgage, taxes, and insurance was about a little over $1,000. Okay? The amount of money I got in my rent was $1,800. So, I'm close. I'm about, a little off. It's about $900. But that's, I'm close enough. These are the type of deals you want to look. These are the type of deals you want to buy. These are the type of deals you want to look for. And the last thing with this is to look for areas where the area is growing. What's a growing area? Well, it's where the population is increasing, where people are moving into the area. People are having babies. People are renting out places. People are buying homes. People are buying cars. People are buying food. People want to live in this area. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to New Jersey right now, if you go to Montclair, whoo, them folks got money, baby. And look, people are moving into the area. People are not moving out. They only move out if they can't afford them taxes. Taxes are really high out there. But Montclair, New Jersey, whoo, boy. You know what I'm saying? So go to areas where, like, for instance, Chicago, for instance, they're losing money. Why? Because people are moving out. I'm from Chicago, and I live in New York City. The population is decreasing by 1% per year. It could be because of the crime. Everybody knows Chicago has a high crime, so it's unfortunate, but no one wants to deal with high crime. The cost of living there doesn't seem to be that high. I think it's just the crime, really, and the quality of schools that's there. But you really want to go in areas where the population is increasing, not decreasing. you're going to make a lot of money that way too, because why? Your home that you bought in that area is going to increase in value, because now you have all these people looking to buy homes. So that's going to raise everything. This is a really big one here. Number 2, never buy a home that needs a lot of rehab. You don't want to buy a home that needs extensive rehab. Why? Because you're a beginner, you don't have a lot of money saved, so you want to keep your costs low, you want to keep your time output low for a house like this. You really want to go into a house that's what I call like a cookie cutter. You'd be talking cabinets, floors, paint job. That's it. Cabinets, floors, paint job. You may want to put a new toilet in there, a new sink, maybe. But once you do those 3 things, the house is going to look great, all right? And from there, you can rent it out right away. Now, you may have issues that come up with the house, but that's why you got to have money saved the day you buy the house. Now, another thing with this is that only hire professionals to do your house, because you want the house to look great when you're done. So what that means is, let's say if you hire a professional painter, just imagine how well that apartment is going to look after it's painted. But if you hire, no knock, some of these guys at Home Depot who can do everything, I mean, they can do plumbing, painting, electrical, roofing, they can do everything. The paint job isn't going to look that well. But if you hire a professional painter, that paint job is going to look unbelievable. Okay? Unbelievable. Another thing is, with this point, is that once you buy the house and you're ready to pay the contractors, never pay the contractors unless the work is done. Or you pay the contractor as he work, meaning that as he get done with the first part of the project, you pay him for the first part. The second part of the project, when he's done, you pay him for that part, and third part, and so on and so forth. But never pay him in advance. Don't pay him first and then he do the work. Why? Because he could take your money and then leave, and you may not never see this guy again, which has happened to me a couple times. There's been countless of times. It's unfortunate, like maybe not that many times, but maybe 3-4 times where I paid someone to do a job and they did it halfway. See, that's what they'll do. They'll come, you'll pay them, right? They'll go pick up the materials. They'll start working really well the first 3 days. The first 3-4 days, they working well. They're there, they're on time. And then that 4th day roll around, you like, where are they? Like, I haven't seen nobody here. You call them, oh, I had something to do. You like, oh, okay, no problem, no problem. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th day, I'll be there Monday. Then they show up on that Monday, though. They'll show up on the Monday. You're like, okay, he's back working. Then he may come a Tuesday. Then he'll skip the next 5 days. And then that cycle complete. That cycle happens all the time. In that case, fire him. Or fire that contractor right away. The moment he doesn't do what he said he's going to do in the contract, fire him. So if he says he's going to do that job in 7 days, if he's not done in that 7th day, hasta mañana, my man. Pay him for the 7 days of work that was done and tell him, get out of here. I'm not doing it. Unless it's a problem that happened at the house that delayed him from completing his job on time. But if it's not that, hasta mañana. Hasta mañana. Another thing that's going to help you with this is that purchasing your material first. So when you want something done, let's say you want to get the floors done at your place. You go to the floor warehouse or whatever they buy floors at. Okay, then you purchase all the floors, and then you have the guy come install the floors. Okay, you buy all the material that you need, and that's how you do that, because you don't want to pay him for the material, the contractor, and then the contractor goes somewhere and you never see the guy again. Okay, number 3, let's move on here. Know when to hold your single family house and know when to sell your single family house. What does this mean? So once you got different type of investors that's out here. So you got people that look to buy discounted homes. So they'll buy a house 40% below market value, 50% below market value, renovate the house, and then sell it for a profit, right? Now, that's really good. They're not really concerned about the cash flow. The cash flow may not be 100% higher than their mortgage, taxes, and insurance, because they don't care about that. They're renovating the house based on the equity itself. So Now that's a more sophisticated strategy. It's not really that sophisticated, but it's more risk involved, because what if this investor can't sell the house? What if they're stuck with the house? Then they got to rent it out, and then the rent that they get is going to be lower than the mortgage, taxes, and insurance. So you got to be really careful. So what I suggest is look for homes that have that equity in it, and for homes that have the income where it's going to be 100% higher than your mortgage, taxes, and insurance, or close to it. Okay, now, if you tell yourself, I want to buy a house and the cash flow isn't that high, but it's still a great deal, and I can sell it real quick, okay, then go for it, because the equity is there, right? Now, the problem is, though, is that if you go for a house where the cash flow is not close to 50% or 100% higher than the mortgage, taxes, and insurance, but the equity is there, don't tell yourself you're going to hold the house. Don't say, oh, I'm going to hold the house for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years because of appreciation, or because I'm going to develop some equity in the house by paying down the mortgage every month. I mean, you could think that way, but I think you can have a higher return on your money once you sell the house, get that equity right back, and then you can buy another house, or you can buy 2 homes with the profit that you made. Okay, this is how to think about this. So know when to hold, and then know when to sell. All right. So here's my bonus tip. In this bonus tip, it's pretty much, essentially, every time that you renovate a house, the city sometimes gives you tax abatements. In New York City, they have a tax abatement, whereas if you renovate your house, the city will give you like a 5-year tax abatement. What's a tax abatement? It means that you don't have to pay any property taxes for 5 years or for 10 years, or you only have to pay a 50% of the taxes, or 20% of the taxes for that property. That is a really good deal. So if they don't, just go down to your city council and ask them, are there any programs or any tax abatements for homes that are newly renovated or partially renovated, and see what literature they have on it, because you never know what deal you can get. In New Jersey, I know they have a tax abatement for this house that I'm renovating right now, which is that you don't have to pay taxes for 5 years once the house, if you renovated the house more than 80%. So if I renovated the house more than 80%, I don't have to pay taxes for 5 years on the house. That's a great deal. So there you have it. Here are your 3 steps. So there you have it. Here you have it. Here are the 3 biggest failures to avoid when purchasing a single family house. Now, if you like this video, then check out my other video, which is 3 things I wish I would have knew before I bought my first rental. And on that note, peace.